to actually humble Real Madrid at home at the Etihad. It's possible, but you'll be very naive. These are Champions League heritage. They won 14 Champions League. They won 3 Champions League in a row. They have players who have at least 3 Champions League that they are built. Experienced campaigner. They love to play the Champions League. They know how to play the Champions League. And you're writing them off because of Haaland and De Bruyne. Not disrespect to those guys, but they do not have the experience of winning the Champions League. Yes, they might have learned from the past mistakes or blunders. I'm sorry. Even though on paper it looks like Man City should win this one, but history, experience has shown us that on a given day, Real Madrid are dangerous, regardless if you're playing away. I don't care where Real Madrid are playing. Anfield, Etihad, Emirates, Stamford Bridge, anywhere they play, this is Real Madrid. Aside from that, even though Arsenal are not playing this year's Champions League, what do we play next year's Champions League? So let's talk about the game that transpired at the Bernabeu today, Madrid against Manchester City. But it was a good game. The first half was relatively dominated by Manchester City, even though Real Madrid scored in the first half and City equalized in the second half, which in the second half, Madrid were a better team. It was a good game. I think it was a fair result, regardless of the controversial, the ball crossed the line for a throw-in and the referee didn't call it. Come on, the passage of play was in the second phase, so I understand Ancelotti being a little bit angry about that, but let's be fair. Real Madrid, Camavinga recovered the ball and actually lost the ball to Manchester City before they scored. So the second phase of play. So you cannot say the lack of call on the throwing led to the goal. Let's be real. Come on, he's just clutching. Based on the game, right? It was a fair game. Both teams actually deliver a top-class quality match for us to watch as neutrals to enjoy. Even some of you think, as an Arsenal fan, I'm slightly biased towards Real Madrid, which is fair. It's a fair call, but I tried to be as objective as possible. And I'm hearing fans say the second leg should be easier for Manchester City. I don't share that sentiment, not because I'm a Manchester City detractor or hater. I don't share that sentiment. If you know Real Madrid very well, they get a kick. They get an arousal from playing the Champions League. We saw what they did to Chelsea last season, Manchester City, and Liverpool in the final. Even though on paper, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Liverpool were favorites before the ties. People were talking about Luka Modric on his last legs, Kroos, Benzema aging, and we saw what they did. See, Real Madrid, they love to play the Champions League. They might have a very poor form in their domestic league, but when it comes to the Champions League, there's a kick they get out of it, an excitement they get out of it. For fans to write Real Madrid off at the Etihad, we saw they went to Anfield. Anfield is sort of fortress in the Champions League. They went to Anfield this season. You can argue, yeah, Liverpool are not having the best of season, but they took them apart. They took Liverpool apart, even though Liverpool went in front during the scoring. So let's not forget, this is not Arsenal. No disrespect, no due respect to Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. This is not Arsenal. This is not Spurs. This is not Liverpool. This is Real Madrid. And when Real Madrid come to town, things change. You might, on paper, Manchester City look like a better team, more athletic, more physical. They have the arguably the best manager on earth. But Ancelotti is not a slouch. Benzema, even though he wasn't that effective today, but we know on a given day, Benzema can destroy anything. Vinicius Junior, we saw he wasn't as scored the goal today, the solitary goal for Real Madrid. We saw what he can do. We know what he's capable of. He's a world-class winger. Rodrigo, we know what he can do. Modric, even though he's not as athletic, he's not a young midfielder, he's not a spring chicken. We know what Modric can do. Valverde, Militao, who was missing today due to suspension, we know what he can do. See, it is so naive that people are writing off Real Madrid. I'm not saying it's not possible for Manchester City to actually humble Real Madrid at home at the Etihad. It's possible, but you'll be very naive. These are Champions League heritage. They won 14 Champions League. They won 3 Champions League in a row. They have players who have at least 3 Champions League that they are built. Experienced campaigner. They love to play the Champions League. They know how to play the Champions League. And you're writing them off because of Haaland and De Bruyne. Not disrespect to those guys, but they do not have the experience of winning the Champions League. Yes, they might have learned from the past mistakes or blunders. I'm sorry. Even though on paper it looks like Man City should win this one. But history, experience has shown us that on a given day, Real Madrid are dangerous, regardless if you're playing away. I don't care where Real Madrid are playing. Anfield, Etihad, Emirates, Stamford Bridge, anywhere they play, this is Real Madrid. Aside from that, even the officials, they tend to give certain calls to Real Madrid. I'm just saying I'm just calling what it is. I'm not saying that should demerit the achievement of Real Madrid. They have fantastic players. I'm just calling it what it is. Do not celebrate quickly, Manchester City fans and Real Madrid detractors. Do not celebrate in haste. This is Real Madrid. They are capable of going to the Etihad and blowing them away. All these people telling me about how the Etihad will be loud, the fans. Let's be real. Their fans are not as intimidating or as loud as the fans at Anfield. They are not. This is Manchester City. They are not known or notorious for intimidating fans. So let's cut that crap. Regardless of the fans' intimidation, like I said, this is Champions League heritage. This is Real Madrid. They are capable of destroying anything. They love it. They get an arousal from playing it. So if I were you, I will calm down. I still have a sneaky feeling Real Madrid will take this one. I just have that sneaky feeling. Even though Manchester City have the advantage, they play the one at the Bernabeu. I just think Real Madrid have too much experience. They are very corny. They know how to play this. They just know how to play this champion. They just love playing it. I'm not going by quality of player. You go by quality of players, one-on-one. I will say Manchester City will shade it. If you go for the coach, come on, Pep, one of the most innovative managers in the world, arguably the best manager right now. In terms of squad, I think the Manchester City squad is actually better, slightly better than the Real Madrid squad. But when it comes to the know-how, give it to Real Madrid. Let me know your predictions to this match. Even though it's going to be played next week, Wednesday, I'm predicting a 2-1 victory for Real Madrid. I just think they know how to play. I just think they just know how to play it. And they will just nick this. This is not me being cynical towards Manchester City because I'm an Arsenal fan. No, I'm just calling it the way I see it, based on antecedents, based on experience, based on know-how. So let me know if you do not support or you have contrary views to my opinion. Let me know respectfully in the comment section. If you're new to my content and you like what I'm saying and I enjoy my channel, do me a favor by subscribing. Make sure you like the video, very, very important. And make sure you're subscribed. No, that's not subscribe. Make sure you turn your notification bells on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.